What's up, everybody? Going to be showing you the Power Rangers Super Megaforce Deluxe Legendary Morpher. This just came out a couple of weeks ago, and I'm showing it to you guys now. You've got the two Ranger keys here, the one from Super Megaforce and from Mighty Morphin, otherwise known as Gokaiger and Zyuranger for the Japanese counterpart. But this is the Legendary Morpher, which is the counterpart to the Mobirates from Gokaiger. Now, I did previously open this already and mess around with it a little bit, so things are loose, like the hand isn't fully attached, but it's basically the same packaging as we got for the Goze Morpher. Pretty much the Red Ranger holding the Morpher and then you being able to interact with it as such. But yeah, got the Mighty Morphin key, which I think is a great touch. But yeah, it's not exactly as perfect as the other Morpher, but it does have some nice points to it. I do like it a lot. Of course, it does have the little try me gimmick here. Just turn that. And it's basically just that generic sound there for everything. And the sound to turn it off. Now, if you come alongside here, we can see that the keys are spring-loaded and they do flip up, which is a big plus as opposed to other things. But if you take a look along the side here, you can see that it has three ways to play with the key here. You can plug it into the Morpher there, you can scan it on your phone's app, and you can smash them together for endless amounts of fun. And then you come over to this side and you can see the mobile app use again. Flip around back, you can see Gokai Red or Super Megaforce Red with the key in his hand, how to use it, and a long list of all the Ranger keys we're going to be getting. I don't know if you can really see, but you got the Gokai here, you've got Gokaiger, I'm sorry, Super Megaforce, you've got Megaforce, Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Turbo, Space, all of the Rangers basically, well not all of them, but most of them, and you can see it's not any of the female Rangers, just the guys. Now we can see for Super Megaforce we're going to be getting a pink and a yellow, but other than that, it just appears we're going to be getting 3 of each series of the guys from the show, which I could really care less for. If they're going to make the female keys eventually, fine, I'll pick them up just as a completist for all the sets. But if they don't, I really could care less about that. And you can just see a variation of all the different series of Red Rangers up there. But that's pretty much it, so let's pop this open and I'll show you what it can do. Okay, now we have the Legendary Morpher here, which we can see the Gokaiger logo, or soon-to-be Super Megaforce logo. You've got signal, an SM card, battery life, some green decoration back here, and this one actually does have an on-off switch. Very quiet without a key in it, but we'll get into that later. I really like this thing. I truly do. Much cheaper than the Mobirates. I mean, I would prefer the Mobirates in itself, but what's keeping me sold on this is the Ranger keys. I love the spring-loaded legs. That is absolutely a very nice touch. They are much smaller. Let's see. I have the Megaforce Red card. Yeah, smaller than the card. Very tiny, but nonetheless still good. You come over here and you've got the basic 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. That is all one button there. All the other ones are molded in. Up here it's completely different in the sense that these swords right here and here usually came straight up, and then when you turn the key, then they would bend out here, and then these would open up out there. And under here, if you press this without the key, that'll split that open. So the sword used to be straight, and then when you turn the key, it would turn to this, and then all this black between the sword and this right here would just be blank. But nonetheless, it does look very good, and I seem to be favoriting the word nonetheless. Come over here, you got a male symbol, music, camera, and that's really basically it beyond the keys. Like I said, it does have the on-off switch. If I could show you this, with a key in, it gets much louder, and I'll pull it out as I'm... Why it does that, I don't know if that's just a malfunction in design or they purposely did that. Oh, and you have a molded logo back there. But that's basically it. To flip it open, it is kind of tough. You do need much more applied force, but it is possible. And I really do like this. It's much cheaper, and I'm very pleased with settling for this other than the Mobirates. And again with the keys here. Now, obviously, those keys will activate their own sounds. Now, for the generic key, this is the try me one. Before, when I turned it, it did this. Just generic Super Megaforce. Now, I'll turn this off just so you can hear it. When you go to the left, it'll click to lock and come out. And then when you go this way, it'll click and lock all the way to the right. But now if you don't do that final click, you can actually get some other sounds out of this. Sometimes I got Time Force, Legendary Green. Yep, there's Time Force. Super Megaforce Green, there you go. I think I got Mighty Morphin. Yeah, see, now it's... That was the communicator sound. That's his second sound, which we'll get into. Alright, so basically I just got the second sound for Mighty Morphin Red. I got Time Force and Super Mega Force Green. So, I mean, if you do mess around with this, you can get some other sounds. I've heard other people getting different results. Someone actually had one of these and they kept getting other color. I forget what it was. With the blue key, they kept getting green. So, I mean, I guess it does have its faults. I haven't had any issues, but like I said, if you do want this to open, this little button back here, we'll pop that open. Now let's go with this. Here are the Ranger keys, and these are very nice. Now, it's really hard to tell on camera, but they have like kind of a sparkle in the paint here. It's really hard to see. But like I said, very nicely detailed, and one of the things I love about this is because of their size, it looks very nice if you shelf them along with the Zords you pick up. So if you pick up the Legendary Skyship, or you have a Gokai Galleon, you can shelve it right next to it, and it looks very nice. It's not perfectly in scale, but it definitely fits very well. Now the arms do rotate, and this is one thing I love compared to the Gokaiger version, is how it flips like that. Spring loaded right here. The only other improvement I wish, even though in Gokaiger the arms were up and then they flipped it, I still would have liked a, if the arms could have flipped up with it as the spring went. But nonetheless, it's still fine. You just have it like this, and I just push with this finger here, flip it right up. And then there's a little like kind of code here that you can scan in the phone app. So as you can see, there's different dots all around. You got 2 white dots in the bottom left, 2 black dots in the bottom left there. But very nice. But back onto this, you can see each key has different, grooves in it. You got 3 here, and then a space, and then 1 groove in there. Here, you've got all 4 grooves. A lot of people complain about the size, but I really love it. I especially love the flip gimmick here. Really, really awesome. Now let's try it here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you Mighty Morphin Red real quick. I especially use him to stand with the Tyrannosaurus Zord for the Legacy Megazord. There you go. That's how that one flips. Again, very nicely detailed. The arms do fully rotate, but you just sit them down like that. Nothing at the head. They're really not meant for anything other than specifically being a key. But now over here with the Morpher. Now, one other thing I did want to do is compare it to the size of the Gosei Morpher. Now, here's the Gosei Morpher. Here's the Legendary Morpher. So quite a big size difference. Let me get one of the cards out from Megaforce. Yeah, I mean, it's really a good size. It's thick. I mean, it needs to be because of the keys, but it really is an excellent size. And it does, a lot of people complained about the Gosei Morpher, how it didn't have an off switch. It just had the card game, try and be button, and then it had the regular one where it just read the cards, which I can't seem to get it on right now. But this thing is still over a year old. Still nothing wrong with it. Batteries are working excellent. But nonetheless, onto this thing. So you're going to flip it up, get your key of choice, obviously. And like I said, this gets louder with the key in it. Let's put the key in, turn it. And let me fix this up a little bit. Okay, so that was that. Turn it back. Turn it back again. You get the second sound. Alright, and there's that. And now we have Red Ranger from Mighty Morphin. Flip that up. Pop that in. Again, go back, turn it again. And that's awesome. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the legendary Morpher here. Definitely a nice pickup. If you can't get the Mobirates, I would definitely say to go out and pick this thing up. Another thing, I really didn't show this off too much. Let me see if I can focus on this real quick. There we go. I can't really get closer without really blurring out, but you can see the original like kind of coin when they form the Megazord from Mighty Morphin. It'll show all the Zords inside it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can flip that down. And I've tried already with these keys to try to not click it all the way like I did with this to get different sound effects, but that really didn't work out for me. So I really would not recommend to do that. But absolutely go out and pick up the legendary Morpher if you can't get the Mobirates. Definitely an awesome pickup, and I can't wait for Super Megaforce. But I don't need to tell you guys to subscribe, comment, and rate, and do all the good stuff. You know how to do that. So go ahead. Have a good time doing that, and I'll catch you guys later.